In today's video, we will be looking at the algebraic fractions. So what is an algebraic fraction? An algebraic fraction is a fraction which contains at least one letter. Alright, so in dealing with algebraic fractions, we do what we call simplification of algebraic fraction. And simplification of algebraic fractions involves the following processes. 1. Factorization of fractions. 2. Addition and subtraction of two or more fractions to produce a single fraction. Then 3. Division and the multiplication of two or more fractions to produce a single fraction. All right. Today we'll only deal with the 2. Factorization of fractions and addition and subtraction of two or more fractions to produce a single fraction. So let's go straight into the lesson. So we'll start with factorization of fractions. So look at example number 1, which says simplify. A, we have x squared over 4x plus xy. Then B, we have x plus 1 over x squared plus 3x plus 2. All right, so let's start with A. So as you can see in A here, we have x squared. So x squared means multiplying x by itself 2 times. So we'll put it in this way, x times x, then divided by, then 4x plus xy. We are going to factorize this one by looking at a common factor. So a factor is either a number or a variable which is common on 2 terms in this scenario here. All right, so if you don't know how to factorize, you are just hearing it for the first time, click on the video here so that you understand what it means, what to factorize. So we are going to look for a common variable here, which is x. We have x here and x here, so we'll factor it out. Then we'll open bracket, will remain with 4 here, and here will remain with y. So put 4 plus y, close bracket. Then the next thing that we are going to do is to cross out the variables that appear on the numerator and on the denominator. So as you can see, on the numerator we have x, and also on the denominator we have x, and also on the numerator we have multiplication sign, and also on the denominator here we have a multiplication between x and what is in the brackets. Hence here, according to mathematical rules, we are allowed to cancel out what is common here. So x and this x will be cancelled, so we'll remain with x here. Then we'll say over, we'll remain with 4 plus y. So that's how simplification of this one is going to be. So we cannot simplify it any further. All right, so let's go to B. So in simplifying B, we will write first of all the numerator, which is x plus 1 over, then this denominator here, looking at it very well, it is actually a quadratic expression. So we need to factorize this quadratic expression, and I already did a video on factorization of quadratic expression, and if you want to see it in detail, you can click on the link which is appearing here. All right, so to factor it out, this quadratic expression, it's actually simple. For a quadratic expression, whose variable with highest power has a coefficient of 1. So here the variable we have is x power 2 and its coefficient is 1. So what we do with such kind of a quadratic expression is just to open two brackets, where in the first one we put x and in the second one also we put x. So this entails us that the expansion of what we have in brackets here should give us a quadratic expression. So for example, how can we get x squared? By multiplying this x times this x is what will give us that x. How about this 3? How do we get this 3? So 3, you look at two numbers, which when you add them, they will give you 3. Which numbers are those that can be added to give us 3? Actually, these are just simple numbers like 1 and 2. And also, these are the same numbers, 1 and 2. When you multiply them, they'll also give you 2 here. 1 times 2 will give you 2. 1 plus 2 will give you 3. So it means that what produced this 3, or what can produce 3 and 2 here, is actually by putting a 1 here and also by putting a 2 there. All right, so we have factored out this quadratic expression. So what now we are going to do is to cancel out what appears to be common on both the numerator and the denominator. So we have x plus 1 here and also x plus 1. So since on the denominator we are multiplying and on the numerator we just have one term, then we are just going to cancel this, and with that, then what will remain with is 1 over x plus 2. So this is how this question is answered. So let's go to another question, which is on addition and subtraction of fractions. So we have example 2. So example 2 says express as a single fraction and simplify where possible. A, we have x plus 1 over 3 plus x plus 3 over 2. Then B, we have 3 over x minus 1 minus 2 over x minus 3. Then C, we have 1 over x squared plus 3x plus 2 plus 2x over x squared minus 4. So we'll begin with A. So for us to be able to answer this question, we must put it into a single fraction according to the question. So how do we put this expression or these two fractions into a single fraction? It is by finding a common denominator in which 3 and 2 can go without giving a remainder. So what is that common denominator or number in which 3 and 2 can go without giving a remainder? We'll write a line here and we'll say 6. So what we are going to say is 3 into 6. How many times does it go there? 2 times. So that 2 will multiply it by the expression here. So we'll say 2 times this expression here, x plus 1 cross brackets. Then we'll drop this plus here. Then we'll also say 2 into 6. How many times can it go there? 3. Then that 3 multiply with this expression here. So say 3 multiply by this expression. So we'll say open brackets, this expression here, cross bracket. Then what will follow next here is actually now opening the brackets or expanding these expressions by multiplying the numbers in front of the brackets with what is inside the brackets. So we'll begin with 2. So here we'll simply say 2 times x, which will be 2x, then 2 times 1, which will be plus 2. Then we put our plus here, then we'll say 3 times x, which will be 3x, then 3 times 3, which will be 9, then over the same 6 will drop here. Then what we are now going to do, it is to group the like terms, group them together like terms. So we'll have this 2x, which is similar to 3x, because these two terms both contain an x in them. Then we are going to group them together by saying 2x then plus. So you can see with this actually a term here, you carry together with the sign which is in front of it. In this case, there is plus there. So you carry with it plus 3x. Then the other terms here which are common are actually these. So here, this is plus 2 and this is plus 9. So both of these two numbers do not have a letter in them, hence they are common. So we'll group them together by saying plus 2, then this one also plus 9, then divided by, then we'll say 6 comes down here. Then what we are going to do is to add now the common terms or the like terms. So this will add them together because they are common. So we'll say 2x plus 3x to give us 5x. Then we'll add these also which are common, 2 plus 9 which will give us positive 11. So we'll have 11. Then what we are going to do is to draw a line again here. So we'll draw a line and we'll put 6 down here. So when we check, this expression cannot be further simplified from here. So this means to be our answer, all right? So now we are now going to go to B. So we have 3 over x minus 2 minus 2 over x minus 3. So since these are two fractions, so we have also to put them as a single fraction according to the question. So for us to be able to put these into a single fraction, we must look for a common denominator in which these denominators can go without giving a remainder. So in this case, it is themselves here which are common again. So we'll say over. So we'll pick these and put them in brackets like that. So what we are going to do here now is to say this expression here first into these two expressions here. How many times can it go there? You check that this will cancel with this one, and what will remain with is this expression. So this expression will multiply it with that 3 there, which will be 3 times the same expression here. All right? Then we'll drop a minus here. Then what we are going to do also here is to say this expression again into this denominator here. You find that this and this, they will cancel and will remain with this expression which will multiply with that 2 there. So we'll say 2 times this expression here. All right? Then here what we are going to do, it is to expand this expression by multiplying what is in front of the brackets with what is inside the brackets. So we'll say 3 times x, which will be 3x, then 3 times negative 3, which will be negative 9. Then we'll say negative 2 times x, which will be negative 2x, then negative 2 times negative 2, which will be positive 4. Then we are going to draw this line. Then we'll copy these things, bring them down there. All right? Then what we are going to do, it is to group like terms together. So you'll find this 3x is similar to 2x. So these will group them together like 3x. Then this one with its sign negative 2x. Then also 9 is similar to 4. So we'll group them, we'll say negative 9 plus 4 over this expression here. We'll just copy it and bring it down here. All right, then what we are going to do here now is actually now to add. So these common terms now will be added. We'll say 3x minus 2x, it will give us x. Then we'll also add this expression negative 9 plus 4, which will give us negative 5, then over the same expression here. All right, so we'll write this expression here. Then if this expression can be simplified further, then we can go ahead, but from the look of things, we cannot simplify further this expression. All right, so let's go to C. So this is our answer. Let's go to C. So So in answering C, we are also going to do the same as we did to other previous examples. So we are going to look for a common denominator here. Or before we go for a common denominator, we are going to factor out this quadratic expression, and this is a difference of two squares. So what we are going to do here, the way we did in the previous question, so we will factor out this one, which will be 1 over, it will be actually 1 x plus 1 close bracket, open brackets, x plus 2 close brackets. Then we'll put this plus, then 2x over, then this one is a difference of two squares, which will be x plus 2 close brackets, open brackets, x minus 4. All right, so you can watch a video whose link is appearing here to understand more on how to simplify or expand difference of two squares and also know what they are. Then from here, for you to express these two expressions as a single fraction, you look for a common denominator as well. So you draw a line, then for you to be able to find a common denominator, you must actually look at these terms provided here. So you just pick all of these terms and put them here. However, you pick a term that is common on both sides just once. So this is common on both sides, so we'll pick it just once. So we'll say x plus x plus 1, this one, and this one will pick it here, and this one will pick it there. All right, so this one becomes the common denominator. So what we are going to do here is to get now this term into this whole this. You'll find that this will cancel with this and will remain with this. So we'll say this term times 1, it will be itself there. Then plus here, then we'll also say this expression into this whole expression. You'll find that this and this, which is this and this, they'll cancel out. You remain with this. So this times this expression here, you have 2x open brackets x plus 1. Then the next thing is to expand what is in the bracket. So here it will be simple. So for this one, it will be simple since we don't have any number in front of it. So we'll just drop out the bracket. So we remain with x minus 2. Then here what we are going to do is to multiply 2x times x, which will give us 2x squared. Then we'll also say 2x times 1, which will be plus 2x, then over. Then we'll copy the same expression and bring it down. Then what we are going to do now here, it is to add the like terms. So we are going to move to here. So what we are going to do is to get this 2x square, 2x here. Then we'll say, actually, we'll say this plus this. I added in advance x plus 2x because these are common. I got 3x. Then I remained with negative 2 over the same expression here. Now, this one is a quadratic expression, and this quadratic expression cannot be factorized in a similar way as we factorized this one, because as you can see, this variable whose power is equal to 2 here has a coefficient of 2 in front of it. So it is now actually factorized in a different way. So if you want to watch again, you can click on the link appearing here so that you learn. So how I factorized it like this, then also like that. So these were factors over the same expression here. Then what I did was to cancel what is common on the numerator and denominator. So this is common and this is common, they'll cancel. Then we'll remain with this term, we'll open brackets over these two now. All right, so this one becomes our final answer. So if you learned something from this video, please give it a like and also let me know in the comment section. So guys, thank you for watching the lesson. See you in the next lesson. Peace.